The Golden State Warriors might be heading into one of the most uncertain chapters in their dynasty era. And right in the middle of it all? Jonathan Kuminga. This summer, the Warriors' future with Kuminga became one of the league's biggest talking points. There were serious questions about whether the young forward and the organization could continue together. Both sides seemed ready to move on, but neither wanted to make the first move. And yet, here we are. Kuminga is still wearing the blue and gold, and he's now locked in with a 2-year, $48.5 million deal. But maybe, just maybe, that's not a bad thing. Because for all the talk about the Warriors being too old, too slow, or past their prime, Kuminga might just be the spark that reignites this dynasty. The Western Conference is a battlefield right now. Teams like Denver, Oklahoma City, and Minnesota are getting younger, stronger, and faster every season. Meanwhile, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, yes, Butler's in the mix now, are still elite but can't carry the load every night. And that's where Kuminga could step in. A fresh pair of legs. Explosive athleticism. The hunger to prove he belongs. All the ingredients Golden State desperately needs off the bench. NBA insider Brian Geltzeiler recently broke down this exact point on SiriusXM NBA radio. He pointed out that when Steph Curry was asked how many minutes he expects to play this season, Curry said, 32 to 33 minutes per game. That's around 15 or 16 minutes when the floor is wide open for someone else to take over. And according to Geltzeiler, that someone should be Jonathan Kuminga. His reasoning makes perfect sense. If Kuminga doesn't perfectly fit next to Curry, fine, use him when Curry's resting. Let the young star run the show in those stretches. Give him the freedom to attack, create, and lead the second unit. Geltzeiler also mentioned something interesting. Kuminga played surprisingly well alongside Jimmy Butler last season. He said, Jimmy Butler is very unselfish. He'll play in any system. If he has to subjugate his game for a younger teammate who can score, he'll do it. That's not an issue. And he's right, that's never been an issue for Butler. The problem, however, lies somewhere else. Reports have long hinted that Kuminga and Steve Kerr don't exactly see eye to eye. It's been an ongoing issue, from playing time to system fit. Kuminga wants a bigger role, and Kerr wants him to stay disciplined within the Warriors' structure. And when you throw Steph Curry into that mix, a superstar who still commands the offense whenever he's on the floor, it's easy to see how Kuminga might feel boxed in. Geltzeiler didn't shy away from pointing that out either. He said, I get that Steph is your main guy. No argument there. But when he's not on the floor, it's okay to let Kuminga take over. For whatever reason, Kerr and this kid just don't connect. That's a tough statement, but it's also the truth. Golden State's biggest challenge right now isn't just about roster construction or aging stars. It's about balance, finding a way to transition from one generation to the next without losing their identity. And Kuminga could be that bridge. He's 22 years old, entering the prime of his athletic years, and playing behind one of the greatest players in NBA history. If he can learn to complement Curry and Butler instead of clashing with Kerr's system, he could become the key that keeps the Warriors relevant in a stacked Western Conference. But if the tension continues, if Kuminga still feels underused or misunderstood, it's only a matter of time before one side finally decides enough is enough. This upcoming season could define not only Kuminga's career but also the Warriors' next chapter. Because if he flourishes, Golden State suddenly looks like a deeper, more balanced team. If not, the cracks in the dynasty might finally start to show. Either way, one thing's for sure. All eyes will be on Jonathan Kuminga when the Warriors take the floor this season. The question is, will he finally rise, or will he fade out of the Bay for good?